an interesting comment from Spud too about if you're not funny, don't try and be, which segues us beautifully into last night when Spud came into the box and this was said to him. Let's play this. When Craig Willis gets you up tonight, have you got something from back in the day that you're going to lay him in the
I don't know whether to go
Let
zinger.
me give you some advice.
Yeah, what type of crowd?
Don't
is
go
it?
the
Don't
compressor.
go with the pump, Joe.
No, I don't think I'll go zingers. I don't think I'll do zingers.
All right.
So you've been told.
That is a lead-in from his besties
No, the people who know him
and
best.
care about him.
And no, not like others who beat around. We tell you straight.
Straight. You got that feedback straight.
Don't
I
go
did.
with it.
All right, so then you left our commentary box
Yeah.
and went over and spoke at the Richmond President's function. We happen to have a recording device in there. And basically heard exactly what you said, and then, well, here we are.
What you try and do as a coach sometimes when you get beat by the media, you've been beaten by 85 points, and the players have been through 2 hours of video on the Monday of the same mistakes, and I'm thinking, gee, where do we go here? You've got to break the ice. So I went down to the property steward, and Teddy Soderlom, I said, look, can I have a look at the air compressor?
Get it off. Come on.
And the players were sitting up in the JR room on the stairs, and they're waiting for the 2-hour film that they've just got beaten by 84 points. And I think, gee, here we go again. Danny's going to show us how bad we are.
This is wrong.
I'm thinking subconsciously, I need to break the ice. So I'm walking the air compressor up the stairs. The only thing I didn't prepare for was the fact that the air compressor was about 70 kilos. So I used to work on the Spud farm, so I lifted it up, finally got it over my head, and I said, what am I? And someone said, Andrew. I said, no, what am I? We've just been beaten by 84 points again. Disappointed. I said, what am I? And someone said, under the pump. Bloody oath, I'm under the pump.
Spud, you received direct commentary box feedback not to go with the under the pump story.
Mate.
And what did we hear 20 minutes later?
Look, Craig Willis interviewed me, and I had the crowd in the palming. And the humour and the pores of my skin, they just wanted more. They were just soaking it up.
Buddy.
I got away from me, guys. I got away from me.
You were told specifically.
Okay.
It's not even a good story.
Look, I now know that now. Now, who out of yous three, you three guys, told someone to get that tape? Because that's actually my IP.
All presidents' addresses
Exactly.
are tape Spud.
Tape Spud.
No, they're
They
not.
are.
They're
Hey,
not.
How do you think the media get their grabs from presidents when they get up and speak?
That particular
That's
story,
my IP.
I did 2 talks last night. One in the president's room.
He didn't trot it out somewhere.
No,
Yeah,
I did it.
oh.
In the elite suite that's never had a
You
microphone
did a
there.
double sheet
You did a double story.
Elite suite.
and knocked over 2 sheets in one night.
In a space of 25 minutes. I had to run to the... But that one, I didn't run in the present... So someone in here,
Right.
there was no microphone. The elite suite, where you know it is, there's 30 people.
No, I don't
You
know.
don't need a microphone,
No
Gary.
idea, I've never been there.
So who out of you three...
Well, I didn't.
No, Spud, we were sitting in here calling the game. How
Yeah,
could
well,
we have
hang
anything
on.
to do with it?
I've walked out
Yeah.
and someone's planted a microphone because there was no microphone in the
Spud,
elite
hey,
suite.
Don't try and
That's
deflect from
irrelevant,
the fact that you were told by some very, very good feedback merchants not to go with a story that you walked out of here and went with 10 minutes later. And as I understand it, blokes were going like this, but in the room, their eye was bouncing up and down as if it was made of glass.
I tell you what it did. When I walked around, subconsciously, I thought
No,
it's
Spud.
still a winner.
I know.
But after
I know
listening
exactly
to
what
that
happened.
one-
You were up there with the voice,
Craig
and,
Willis.
doing your real back and forth stuff, and you looked out to the room and you could see them just
Heads
nodding
were
off,
lolling.
and you thought,
Echuca Cup trot style.
I'm gonna have to lift here somewhere. What can I go with? And you thought, I know, I'll hit him with a pump. I'll hit him with a pump to get him up and about. And when you did, it was sort of this.
It wasn't exactly guffawing.
It's normally,
I
normally
would-
me Trump.
I would call it an embarrassed snigger
The
from a
room
couple.
didn't exactly erupt, Spud.
It used to be me Trump.
Oh,
All right,
no.
that's it.
no.
It's been put to bed.
Oh, now the packer up and
Well, you
about.
look me in the eye, Gary.
Real flat material.
I'm looking at you, and I know last week we were a little bit frosty.
Yep.
We got over it.
Yep.
You look me in the eye
Yes,
now,
and we know
Like last
we
week.
speak the honest truth, don't we?
and honestly tell me you had no part in that speech we just heard then getting on air today.
No part.
None.
None.
Gary, I've got a question.
None.
None.
Look at me.
JB?
Well, that's fact.
JB?
I've got a
Did you have
question
any-
for Gary.
Yeah, please.
Shut up for a minute.
Yeah.
I've got a question for Gary.
Yes.
The big power brokers of the Richmond Football Club.
Yeah, big ME Bank heavyweights.
That's it, and our man, Brendan Gale, and all the big boys, they come into that room, they get flattened by Spud, then they walk out and watch that performance. They're getting in the chariot, they're getting in the Jeep to drive home, Spud. How does this get any bloody worse?
Do you reckon the sponsor?
I'll tell you who else was in there.
Can we have a
Spud.
look at the entertainment next month?
The ME Bank bloke was there, and he's donated with the Breast Cancer Society. Great gesture.
That's it,
They're donating
yes.
$1,000 a goal.
Yep.
They got $2,000 on the board at half time.
Come on,
They've
Spud.
listened to your shit in the pre-game.
So, Spud, I just reckon...
No, well, I wanna know who-
This is all I'll say.
Yeah.
In future, when you receive direct assistant
I
stroke
underst-
feedback from the likes of the three of us, I'd be taking it if I were
I
you.
understand that, but I still want to know who planted the microphone in there.
Yeah,
well, I reckon
Well,
you're
it'll be
lying,
one of
Joe.
the Triple M.
Spud.
You
We've
didn't
got
lie
a direct
last
line
week?
in there, Spud.
Spud.
No.
It's hooked up.
Direct
It's-
line in there,
it's
When
Spud.
I
wide up.
cast back
It's wide
a
up.
producer who's studying aerospace engineering, I spoke to him last week, I do from memory
What's his name, Spud?
aerospace. Now, were you over there last night? When I think back, you were in the corner. Who sent you over? Get him on the microphone, Luke.
No, he can't be. You can't mic that man up.
Who was it? Point to him. Point to him.
Yeah.
It was Wolf.
Yeah.
He didn't point to me.
He didn't
It was
point
either
out.
him or JB. Anyway.
He didn't
Hey,
point
Spud.
anyone.
I don't care who did it.
And that
It was
story-
just- it just had to be done.
Remember Cozzy reminded Spud to get some refresh material about
He
6
did.
months ago.
And Spud cut up rough.
Justin Kaczynski brought that to our attention. Spud.
Yeah, well,
You're
that's,
still rolling
that's
with
all
it.
right coming from a guy that comes on a 4 to 11 on the Channel 9 footy show now.
He's been on with that twice. That didn't work last night.